Welcome to the Phoenix Rising, a podcast that brings you a combination of astrology, energy healing, intuitive coaching, and readings, all with the purpose to help you connect to your intuition, learn how to transform your life, and regain your healing power. I am your host, Laura Teal. Hello, and welcome to the Phoenix Rising podcast. I am Laura Teal, intuitive coach, professional astrologer, and energy healer. And I'm very excited about this episode because I want to share with you 5 major obstacles that are most likely stopping you from creating real change in your life. And I'm going to share with you one thing that you can do to align with your soul's path and become who you came here to be, create that change that you want. So stay with me if this sparks an interest. This is season 5, episode 3. And let me start by saying that when you decide to create change in your life, and maybe you're interested in having an intuitive coaching, a healing session, or any other type of maybe session or mentoring that entails change in your life, you are actually answering to the whispers of your soul. I mean, this curiosity that is sparking within you is sparking there for a reason, because it's your soul whispering to you that it is time to change. And your soul is guiding you into taking the decisions and choices that are needed for you to heal, to transform, and to evolve. So remember that you are here as a soul. You're having a human experience. You're a soul having a human experience. And from the soul's point of view, the final end goal is to express itself as the creator of your life. So your soul wants you to express yourself. No, not itself. I'm sorry. Yourself as a creator of your life. To find yourself as the astrology sun sign you came here to be in this lifetime. So as I love astrology, I tend to relate many things to the stars. So you came here um, to be that sun sign at its most beautiful splendor. And you there is a path that you can follow. So, if you want to learn more, a little note to the side, if you want to learn more about the sun's teaching in these, that I do have an episode in the podcast that is about exactly that. What is the sun's teachings? Um, and I'm going to leave it linked in the description of this podcast. But why is your soul's path so important? Who really cares? Well, your soul does for sure. And let me explain a little bit more. So, your spirit incarnates in a body to live a human life because it wants to learn, evolve, and, as I said earlier, express itself. So, your spirit comes with learnings and challenges, strengths and weaknesses, and it's coming with certain experiences and desires to go through in order to learn and evolve. And this is, by the way, marked very clear on your birth chart. Just as a side note, an additional side note as well. So, on this account, your soul has a path it wants to walk, it has a purpose. And why is it important to figure out all of this and walk your soul's path? Because when you start doing so, it feels amazing. Your soul loves it. And because you would be living and expressing yourself in the authenticity of your soul. So you will feel joy, you will feel hopeful, you will be happier and motivated. And when you go through difficult times, you will still show up, and you will keep going because you have a north, and you have a direction. So, however, even when you know all of this, you know that you have a soul's path, and you understand then who you are, why is it so hard for us to take the steps necessary to align to our soul's blueprint and its path? So there are several reasons that we'll look into in this podcast episode. But first, let's put this out there, out in the open. Change is hard, period. It's not easy, it is hard. Let's admit that, and let's move on from that. We know it's hard. If it was an easy thing to do, we would all, be already accomplished in all of our desires. We will have that business we've dreamed of. We will have a wonderful, healthy body. We will be in a positive mindset all the time. But this isn't the reality. Even though we want something with all our heart, we'd still have difficulty taking action. So, I have identified 5 major obstacles that are stopping you from creating real change in your life, and therefore stopping you from, living the life you aspire. So, number one, and this is not the only 5 obstacles, I am sharing these ones because they're very common. Um, Number one, your survival instincts are kicking in, and they are not letting you, move forward. If there is one thing that our ego doesn't like, it's change, because it wants to keep us safe and alive. And change is completely unpredictable, and it's risky, and we cannot be 100% sure of the outcome, and ego doesn't like it. So it tries to protect you. So what happens then? It comes to the second point, which is you have fear. So this is completely normal. We need to keep in mind that part of that survival instinct is the fight or flight response. So fear is a result of this response as a way to stay safe, to stay secure. And it can show up for different reasons. For example, you may feel a certain unease and fear to an outcome. Like, I don't know what's going to happen if I change myself and my life. Or maybe you can be fearful of losing someone in your life. Oh, maybe if I change, then people won't like me. If I change, people, you know, won't love me, or this person in my life will leave me. If I create that change, and I might end up alone, or I might even be feared to leave your habits, or the you that as you are right now. So there's a lot of reasons we can be fearful, but know that fear is normal. It is a normal response. It is part of that survival instinct. Another reason that is a major obstacle that you may be doing it yourself and you haven't realized is your self sabotaging. And this can also reveal itself in many facets. A way of sabotaging yourself can be when you don't prioritize your well being, for example, or desires, and then you say, oh, I'll do it later, that procrastination. Oh, I'll do it later, or oh, I'll start that course when something happens that is external to you. Like, I remember someone said to me, well, maybe I will do, create that change, I'll transform there was something she wanted to change. um but then she said, like, oh well, my daughter is a priority, so when my daughter finishes, I think it was university, something like that, then I will have the time for myself, and then I will do it. That self-sabotage is not prioritizing yourself. Or another thing is kind of like a lack mentality. Oh, I don't have enough money right now to um, start that course, or I don't have enough money to start my side business, and then I'm gonna do it again when I have the money. So um, this is another way of self sabotaging. You're not taking action towards the direction you want to go, for um, external circumstances that are not really external. It's all a response to you and to your procrastination and your expectations that you will only create this change when something outside of you changes, which is not a reality, right? It's not the thing that is more in alignment with you. So, and these are all examples of some ways our saboteurs can play in our head, but self sabotage is a vast subject that for sure we will touch on more another time. But so far, we have talked about, that survival instinct that kicked in, that fear that can show up, then the self sabotage, and then another point, number four, is you're not connecting enough to your soul's desires as well as your ego. So, and this is something that I don't know if I'm gonna get some people, that have a different opinion. My opinion is that because we've seen a lot in the world of spirituality and energy healing and all of this, like many people label the ego as a bad thing or as the enemy, and I totally disagree. The ego is part of our soul, and we need it. We need it because it not only, yes, keeps us safe, but it is through the ego that we're having this human experience. We are having through it. It helps us have this human experience in this 3D, world, in this reality. And the ego actually helps us move towards our goals and accomplish them, because for the ego, having safety and comfort is not enough. It wants something more. So having a desire is not evil or wrong, and that's something else that very often we hear. Oh, having desires, is a bad thing. Is evil to desire something. So if you want more money, is having that ambition is bad. No, it is a good way. It is, money is not evil first, and that's another subject as well. But anyways, desire is not evil nor wrong. It gives the ego a big carrot to follow. It will go for it. So let's say, for example, that one of the reasons you want to create that business and have that side business of your own is because you want to show your parents what you're capable of doing. It's not a bad thing. If that honestly moves you forward and inspires you and gives you that extra boost to go for it, I don't think it's a bad thing. Of course, we need to have this balance between, what the end up goal also, that is more broad in terms of yourself. We need to have both things. It's, you cannot just create something for the ego and for, the self. They just to desire something because it's good for the planet is not enough. There needs to be something else in there for you as well, because that's what's going to move you. That's going to give you an additional push. So I hope I explain myself well in this. If you don't, please let me know, and then we can discuss it further. So you need to be connected enough to your soul's desires as well as your ego. And then another obstacle is confusion. You don't know what to do nor where to start. And I get it. Change can be very confusing, to the point of knowing what you want today, or, but changing your mind later on tomorrow, for example. You know it's clear today, but tomorrow it's something else, or you don't know. So, has it happened to you, for example, that you've taken a workshop, you have taken a course, and after finishing, you leave inspired with a very clear vision, just to go back to the feeling of confusion and feeling lost a couple of days later? Well, this situation not only arises to you, so feel calm that you're not alone in this scenario. Many people goes through the same thing. I have been there as well. And most likely during this workshop or class or a course or anything, you did shift your mindset. But what really sets that mindset into brings all that change into your realities when you take action. And when it comes to taking action, then your ego tricks you by using confusion in order to avoid that change. Isn't it incredible how it works? Even that mind is the mind is absolutely amazing. So you may want that change, but then the ego comes, oh, we're taking action, and this action is going to be permanent. Oh, but we don't know the outcome. I'm not comfortable with this. So let me just confuse you a little bit, just to avoid that you take action and that action becomes permanent. So, anyways, that's a way, another way that creates or stops you from taking that action. So, what is one thing that you can do to create real change? I'm going to tell you now. And you might not like it, but it's as simple as you need to take action despite being confused and despite being scared. You need to take action even if you feel that fear. So you can feel the fear and do it anyways. That's the one thing you need to do to create real change. And by the way, this is a great period of time for you to take action and make choices, and make bold and brave choices, because we have a lot of Aries energy available for us. Um, so take advantage of it. Be bold and brave and go for your dreams. Remember your magic. Now, if you feel that you are in your life in any of those uh, obstacles, like you have that fear, you're self-sabotaging, possibly, maybe you don't even know you do, but you are definitely stagnant and you're not connected right now, it's kind of off, something feels off, you have been trying many things, and nothing is really giving the results that you want, and you're pretty confused, you don't know what to do next. I can help you get clear about what is the best next step for you to get unstuck and to have that joy and fulfillment in your life. So you can book your soul alignment call. This is a complimentary 45 minutes call. We will meet to discuss your needs and concerns. There is no obligation, but we will assess how I can help you, how I can support you, and if I am or we are a good fit to work together. So you for sure will leave the meeting with a lot of clarity and a lot of certainty of your options. And again, there is no obligation, but this will give you a good idea of what to do next. So you can go to my website, lauratia.com, and book your solo landing call today. If you are interested more in guidance, you want soul discovery or more of a business coaching, healing your inner child, just visit my website, lauratia.com, and contact me. And let's talk to see how I can be of service to you. Have an amazing, amazing rest of the week, and see you next time.